Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, we are back for another episode of Only Pod Can Judge Me.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
your host, D King. I got my main man to the left.
R to the K, a.k.a. Illogic, a.k.a. Illogic 100. Holla at me.
And my family to the right.
Come on, man. You know who it is. The barber, Wayne D253. Hey, listen here. But before we get started, look.
Okay.
Y'all like, subscribe, share, smash the like button. We appreciate the love that you guys have been giving us, the support. Man, any comments y'all leave out there, we try to get back to you as fast as we can. We appreciate the love, y'all. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
man, we got 6-man extraordinaire back with us for the part 2.
Part 2.
Come on.
Hey, it's the one and
We're in
only
here.
Jamal Crawford. Can we make some noise
on,
for JC? He is in the building with us, man.
It's already family, but they just continue to make me feel just blessed just to be in the
Hey,
presence.
hey, man,
the presence, bro.
When we have Washington's GOAT, man, in our midst, man, it just takes it to another level, man. And the one thing I will say before we get started on this, man, this is our 22nd episode, y'all. So I'm going to give ourselves a hand. You know what I'm saying? We're taking this serious, and Jamal is actually our first guest. And since we went this big, it can only get bigger and better. You know what I'm saying?
Only go up.
And so,
keep elevating.
kind of talking about it more. We're gonna get right into the thick of things. We left off with the commercial with Michael Jordan, and for you to actually get a chance to meet one of your heroes, but then play in that commercial, and you did an excellent job. Where did that take you as far as playing the game? Because you were in a Bulls uniform too. Where did that take you?
Well, first off, it's a dream just to play for the Bulls, right? Like I've watched Michael Jordan my whole life.
Right.
Like he's literally, you know, I've had the Chicago Bulls breakaways before they were really
Yes.
in. Like he's my everything. So Michael Jordan even knowing my name is like, yo, like
Yeah,
this
kind of
is-
surreal, right?
Big.
let alone playing for the team he played for, let alone saying, you know what, I'm doing a commercial and I want you to play the young me.
Man.
You know what kind of like where that puts a young player?
Man, that's juice.
Imagine Kobe or LeBron, right now doing a commercial like that and picking one guy, a young guy who's not really established yet, saying, I want you to play the young me.
Right.
Like that's a totally different, like
Yeah.
it's a totally different thing. But I knew I gained his respect from how I played, you know, when I was with him hooping.
Yeah.
And then I knew he loved my game, but then the fact that he's like, yo, I'm doing this commercial and I want you to be young me, a Gatorade commercial. We shot at the United Center. And
Big time.
I laugh when you say I did a good job because I didn't have a script. So that's what's funny about it. I'm like, yo, what am I saying?
But
He's like,
that's you though. That describes
Right.
you.
Yeah,
Because
and we're
everything
just-
is off the cuff.
You wouldn't have no other way.
right. And
Come on, off the rip.
so we're going just back and forth, and I reach for the ball. He's like, you reach, I teach. Right. So that's nothing about that's on the script. No.
Okay, yeah.
We're
Elaborate
just,
on that a little bit
we're
more.
just talking. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, so I'm supposed to play like you were playing, like, you just play. And I'm like, okay. So we start playing. We really start talking, and that's what was captured. And that's where I think the magic kind of lied. Obviously, it's Michael. Obviously, he's good enough. He could have 2 or 3 of them like he did in the commercial. But the magic was it was so authentic. It was no script. Like we were just going off each other.
Wow.
So he was saying, you just hear him saying little comments, and you guys, you know what I'm saying?
And I'm responding. It's like the camera's not there and we're just playing one-on-one.
That's crazy.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's
So-
Michael
That's
Jordan,
when
fam.
that's when the light clicked, or is that when the battery was put in? You're like, it's go time now, or is it like you saluted me? Like now it's time for me?
Almost like he saluted me when I played with him, but then in that light, when it's just me and him, and you pick me to be here, you could put anybody in the
That
world.
part.
Yeah.
That part.
Now it's like
That part.
oh my!
Right.
He put a rocket launcher on my
Come on,
back. It wasn't a battery. Like he put me in a whole different
Right.
place.
I had a battery already.
Yes, I had a battery from him already. Now it's the rocket launcher. Now it's like I was out of here.
Hell.
If you're, it's one thing, and Dave would tell you, it's one thing to play with pros, right? Then it's another thing to play with like all-stars or superstars.
Right.
To play with the greatest player ever played, and he's putting this in your back, like, bro, what are y'all gonna do with me when I leave here? I just with the greatest ever, and he's saying like it's over.
Yeah.
And I got a chance to keep the Air Jordan 1s. The shoes I wore, I had them. Like they laid out the uniform, I kept everything. And I got paid for it, bro. I'm like, what? Like, for real? I'd have paid you to be.
So something I got to ask about that. So once you guys were sitting down after you played and you guys were at the end of it drinking the Gatorade, the Carolina Jordan, was that just an illusion?
No, there was actually Kevin Daly. He was the one that was doing all the dunking. So I wasn't doing all the dunking.
Yeah,
It's funny because
yeah.
the director was like, and his name is Joe. You can look it up, but Joe something. It starts with a P.
Okay.
He directed Space Jam.
Okay.
And so he's telling me like, do the dunks, And MJ's like, JC don't do all that dunking. Like, get him in there to do the dunking. So,
Right.
Oh, so Jordan made a call on that. He was like, you know what I'm saying?
He's such a G. It wasn't even a call. He said it. Like, he wasn't even, I ain't called him. I said it, and that's what stands.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, no, get him in there to do dunking.
Man, I'm sitting
That's
here,
crazy, right? Like,
sitting here talking about it kind of gets me excited,
No, for real.
because you were it was you and him and nobody else. So you know,
In the
like
United Center,
right?
yeah.
In the United Center, in the house that Michael Jordan built.
Yes.
You
And
know
I
what-
played there, but it was just it's weird because the commercial, funny you said that, it's weird because the actual commercial, it didn't feel like I was in the United Center.
Right.
It felt
was
like I didn't
dark.
play, like I didn't know
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? It felt like a totally different
The
thing.
commercial, it was dark.
Yes, it
but
felt like a
just,
whole
you
different
just
thing.
put the scene, it's almost like Madison Square Garden, like how it's dark.
Like you're on stage.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
like you're on
And
stage.
you're just right on stage.
Yeah, but it didn't feel like I played there every
So
night.
that's the summer, right?
That was the summer.
Okay, so the summer's over. We're getting ready for another opportunity with the Bulls. Was it your third or fourth year at this time?
That was going into my third year. So
Okay.
that's the year we draft Jay Williams.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Right. And so it was weird. In high school, Jay was the first ranked point guard in the country. I was second. But we knew each other by playing a
So
couple
hold on,
All-Star
Mo.
games.
So just so you stat guys that don't know, because only Pod can judge us, he was the number 2 rated point guard
Yeah.
in America.
In America.
Coming out
And
of high
obviously
school.
there's different rankings.
You didn't know that, did you?
No, I did not know that.
That's what
There's
I'm
different
saying.
rankings, but I just knew it was official when I made Parade Magazine All-American.
Right.
And at the time, everybody read the newspaper. And so they're like, yeah, Parade's going to have the All-American team in the paper in 2 weeks or whatever it was. So I'm looking for it. Parade is its own little booklet inside the newspaper.
That's a fact.
So when I got it, I was like, dang, I made All-American team, like second team.
What
Yeah.
is so when you say Parade Magazine All-American, for those
That
that
was like
don't
the
know,
official.
So you guys hear that.
official.
So I want everybody to
Yeah.
know out there that's watching, that is the official
Yeah.
ranking.
But
Now they got
let me
like 3 or
ask you
4.
though, as a young man seeing that, like you haven't, seeing your ranking All American and everything, you haven't been to that level yet, but you're seeing yourself elevated across the nation. How does that feel?
I used to read Street and Smith's. I don't think I ever said that. I used to
You-
read
you-
Street
you-
and Smith's magazine. So I would look at everybody. When I was 8th grade, 9th grade, to be your name in the top 100, they used to do top 100. If your name was on the top 100 in the country, you're like, ooh, I don't care if it's 100. Like they recognize me as top 100. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to be top 100 is like crazy. But to go elevate that high that fast is like out of a book.
So it's kind of like, for me, it'd be like getting being on an unsigned hype or something like that.
That's
or getting
exactly
5
what it
mics or
was.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, you
And the
remember?
Slam.
The what is it? The Source? Or what
the
magazine?
Source,
Yeah, the Source.
yeah.
Slam was our source.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Slam was our source magazine. It was to the culture. It was connected to the culture. It was being in the unsigned hype or being in the kicks part of it or
Yeah.
underrated or whatever. That was the same.
Just that
premise.
recognition.
Same recognition.
So
that's dope.
we're going to the Bulls. They draft Jay Williams.
I was sick.
Did you feel some type of way?
I was sick.
Yeah. So talk about
Because
that.
I came in as a lottery pick my first year. I didn't play a lot. Coach didn't like me, and I was immature. All right, I had a lot of growing to do on and off the court. I feel my game going to another level from first to second year working out with MJ. Tear my ACL.
Ooh.
I come back early. People's like, don't come back. I'm like, nah, I want to hoop. I came back early, played 23 games, shot my highest percentage. It was in a full year, but for any season in 20 years that year, because I was just working on my jumper, working on my getting stronger. So the third year, I'm like, all right, I'm healthy. I'm primed to go. People forget Jay Williams had the hype Reggie Bush had in football.
He did.
Yes, he did.
Jay Williams at Duke was
Yes,
like
was the
Reggie
man.
Bush at
Yes,
SC.
he was.
So I already know, like,
Yeah.
It was a lot of hype with him.
A lot.
Yes.
A lot.
so he comes to work out for the Bulls, and then we know each other, right? We know each other a couple All-Star games.
Competitively know each other.
Yes, absolutely.
You guys are both in the same class.
Bro, now
you came
we're
up
the same
before him.
class. We
Yeah.
played at Michigan and Duke versus each other. So
Right.
now we really know each other.
Right.
And his workout, after he worked out, we all hooped. And we're going at it. Like,
Like, look.
so I'm like, all right, I already know what's coming. You know I'm here.
Right.
And so at that point, it's like, are they gonna draft him? I'm sitting in the Bulls facility. If you guys, I'm gonna get Eddie Curry so you can confirm the story. We're sitting in the facility. They were watching the draft in that practice facility. Everybody, all the front office there. They draft him. I walk out. I'm pissed. I walk out in front. You never heard that either. I walk out. I'm
Never have.
pissed.
Right.
Fast forward, Jay Wills drafted, and at the time, Bill Cartwright didn't believe in playing both of us. He was like, y'all are too small. It was before positionless basketball.
Right.
It's like, you're the point, you're the two, or you're the point, you're the point. This 48-minute game, if he played 33 minutes, I played 15. Like, we never played 1 second a game.
Shame on you, Bill Cartwright.
No, I got love for Bill Cartwright.
But I'm going to say it because only Pac
Hold
can
on,
judge me.
it's a season, so I'm going to tell you.
Okay,
So
go
the
ahead.
first part,
Shame on you,
shame
Bill
on you,
Cartwright.
Bill Cartwright. So the first part of the season, we're going at it, and it was great for us in practice, but it wasn't great for us in the games. Because even though it's my teammate, and even though I'm his teammate, I know low key he's kind of rooting for me not to do well so he can get in. Not personal. I'm doing the same thing. Like, I want my opportunity. It's competition.
Yeah.
Right. So we go through that. Neither one of us are really flourishing with that. I remember my grandma passed away, and I had to come to a funeral. You can look it up. I'll never forget this. He had 26 points, 14 assists, 12 rebounds against Jason Kidd.
Ooh, he was really cooking.
He showed like, if you let me hoop without the pressure, I can go. But I'm having my games, right?
Hold on, man. We never.
Can we look up that stat?
Yeah.
I never told. I'm getting y'all a bunch of. I got you. I've never told that. So you can look it up. He had 26, 14, and 12. I don't remember. If you look up Jay Williams triple-double. Jason Williams triple-double.
Pretty sure that was
You got to say it? Okay.
So that happens. I'm like, oh my God. End of the season, we're going back and forth. By the second half of the season, last 25 games, Cartwright was like, I'm going to play both of you guys together. And me and him were like, yo, we've been waiting on this.
Right.
I averaged 18.7 points a game and 6.8 assists the last 23 games, and he averaged like 15 and 6. But we're thriving together.
So who's running the point? Who's running the two?
Right.
Whoever gets it. Whoever gets it.
Okay.
So we're just going.
Who you guys going up against? Who's the competition around this time?
At the time, I remember one game we won, we played against when GP got traded to Milwaukee. Sam Cassell and GP, we wore them out. They were going to the playoffs, and we're, you know what I'm saying? Like, but we're playing against everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like we've been going like this, so now it's like, it's me and you. We're just playing together. Like, all right, you looking for me, I'm looking for you.
Yeah.
We're just hooping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Just hooping. And so at that point, we both were like, oh, next year, now that he's saying we're playing together, we about to go crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Me and Jalen Rose see him the same day. Jalen Rose tells him, yo, be careful with that bike, bro. Like, be careful.
That's when it happened.
Yeah.
Next thing we know, it's before social media, so we don't know if this is real or not when we hear it. We was in a car accident, or motorcycle accident. It wrapped around the tree. It's bad. Yeah, I'm like, what?
God.
That happens going to the fourth year. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you guys was actually going to be the backcourt
of the team.
which kind of they changed.
So the Bulls had to
whole-
alter their plans because now here comes Kirk Heinrich.
It was Heinrich.
And then
Out of
I went
Kansas.
full time
Kansas.
to the 2.
And he had just won a championship.
Yeah, he just won a championship.
So the transition, that's when it started in the NBA from you being a point guard to you being a 2.
Yeah, and it's weird because I see different guards now, and if you're tall with a skill set, it's easy to move you to the other position.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're playing with a smaller guard, he's gonna benefit because he's smaller.
Because he's smaller.
Right? If me and you play together and we both can play the point
Most
and we're gonna play together, more likely I'm going to the 2.
He's
Right.
going to the 2 for sure.
Right.
And that's how it kind of went. And then I start
real life,
scoring
too.
in real life. Right?
So
there you go. And then I started scoring a lot.
what made you embrace it? What made you embrace that? Because all my life, you had the ball in your hands.
Yeah.
And it was magical. You were going to make something good happen.
If you look back at my career, my life hooping, I've always taken pride in being able to adjust. And I say this humbly and I say it like respectfully. I always felt like I was so confident in my abilities, you could put me anywhere and I'll find a way.
That's good. No, that's
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's 100%. That's good.
I went
really
from, think
good.
about my career. I went from starting, I came as a point, I went to a 2.
Right.
I was a starter at the 2, then I went to the bench.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I've always had to adjust. I had 20 coaches and I took pride in that.
So when did that shift happen from that starting as a starter as a 2?
Yeah.
When did you when you went over to the Knicks? Is that when they started bringing you
Nah,
on the bench, or
when
you
Kirk
started
Heinrich.
embracing?
So
Heinrich
they
came-
drafted-
Heinrich
so that's the year after
Yeah, that's
Jay
the year.
Williams. So they
04.
drafted him. Okay.
03, 04. That's my
Gotcha.
last year in Chicago, and that's
Because
not like fully
truth
went
be
to
told,
2.
didn't Kirk Heinrich at Kansas? Wasn't he running the 2 or was he the 1?
I honestly don't know.
The only
Okay.
thing, there was a dark. I think he was the 2 because there was another guard that was there.
Right, and that's what I'm
Not Jay
saying.
Sherrill or
There was
No,
somebody
I
else.
think
There was a dark skinned guard. That was
dark-skinned
with
guard,
him,
the
that was
little
with
guard.
Kansas,
Sherrill.
the little guard. I
not
can't remember
Sherrill
the-
4. It's
I
something Sherrill.
can't remember exactly who it was,
I
but
can't remember
he,
the
No,
name.
there
There was a
was. He
guard
played
there.
2. He
right.
played 2.
So
But they moved me
So
to
now
2.
the adjustment. So now we're 2004,
Yeah.
2005.
0304.
0304. So
And-
now it's another season with the Bulls. You're the starting two guard now.
Yes, because when you asked the question about who was the point with Jay and myself, we both had it, but I was more the two because I could score. I could score really easily.
Right.
And then that kind of was like, oh, you're a two now because I had the 33
You're nothing
point
but
game.
the two. You ain't even.
I had that year, the 02-03 year when Jay Will and I started playing together, I scored 33. That was my career high at the time. Another game, 33 again. So I started figuring out how to score.
Yeah.
I can score. I can really score in this league.
Got you.
And then with that, I was still getting assists, but I was getting assists from the wing. You know what I'm saying? Like I was getting assists from,
Right.
okay, they come out, drop it off. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But is that-
off to you,
that's-
off the screen and cut.
In the NBA at that level, is that like unlocking like a different level of game? You know what I'm saying? Or is that
Yeah.
like because you see some guys thrive in the NBA, some guys don't.
And
so
some guys go different teams or different systems, look like totally different players.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for me, it was like people used to always say that. Yeah, to this day. People used to always say, once the game slows down for you, you got it. In the game, I'm like, oh, I'm in the Matrix now. Before, when you first out there, you feel like a chicken with your head cut. You just running around crazy.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, oh, the game is stopped. Like I feel like I can do anything now.
So
you see what's going to happen. You know,
I can
what-
see 2 plays ahead.
do you look in the crowd like what is that atmosphere when you walk in the arena? They're 20,000 people strong, and either they're with you or they're against you.
Huh.
Like
It makes
you're
you
in the
lock
road.
in. It makes you lock in. So my rule of thumb was never look in the crowd until you have, like if it's early, you got 3 or 4 buckets. Because when I'm that, then now I'm settled. Now you're gonna get the real me because I'm relaxed, I'm comfortable. But if I look over there and I'm not settled, I see Jay-Z, I'm like, oh, I'm nervous. You know what I'm saying? So I try to always make sure I was
Right,
settled first.
right.
I would never look at anybody. When I hit 4 or 5, I'm swagging. Oh, Floyd, what's up? Q-Tip, what's up? Like now I'm in my mode. Now I'm in summertime mode. Yeah.
You hooping then?
I
Yeah.
was hooping.
Yeah.
See
Right.
that you never shared that.
No, I haven't. I've already given you 5 things I've never shared. This is golden.
So
This is golden.
only pocket judge me.
Only pocket judge me.
So with that being said, you're the starting two guard. The two guard comes from a position that Michael Jordan played at the Bulls.
Yeah.
And so now are you the guy on this team right now?
I am. I'm leading the team. It started in preseason.
Okay.
And there's a quote I've been looking for. It's weird. It was I averaged exactly what I averaged for the season. I averaged in preseason. I averaged 17 points, 5 assists for that season. And I remember Rick Carlisle, we played him in preseason. He was like, yeah, Crawford looks like a guy you can build a team around. I'm like, dang, he said that. Like,
That was the Pacers with Carlo?
yeah. I'm like, dang, that's crazy.
Wow.
He said that? Yeah. Because at the time, we had 2 local newspapers. There was nothing on, Hoops Hype wasn't even around at the time. Like, there was none of that information.
Right.
Yeah, so when he said it was a big deal.
So who was your starting lineup going into that 17? You're an almanac, so I'd like to hear your starting lineup.
I believe it was, I remember. It was Kirk, myself, Scottie Pippen started some games.
Scottie Pippen still playing.
Jalen Rose started early. He got traded
that's
to
when
Toronto.
Jalen was in Chicago.
Toronto?
Yeah, and then Eddie and Tyson.
Eddie and Tyson, the two
Yeah.
big boys.
2 big boys,
Okay.
yeah, for sure.
So, never mind.
No, go ahead.
No, you got it.
Go ahead.
No, so because not too long after that, Scotty went
November
to
9th,
Portland,
2002.
right?
What was his stats?
Not too long after that, Scotty went to Portland,
Yeah.
right?
And what was his stats?
Yeah.
It doesn't say on here.
Sorry,
It
yeah, she had to
shows
click
the
on it to
picture
show.
of him and the date.
She'd have to click on it.
November 9th. That was, I'm telling you, my grandma passed
So you
out
have
of
to click
funeral.
on it and it'll go to stats on that game.
Yeah,
So you
he
get it.
had, I remember 26 points. I believe it was 14 and 12, but we'll see.
So that's the game that he took off.
That's but it's the game he showed. If you didn't have this
Whoa.
dude breathing down my neck, like I
Right.
can do this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Cartwright is still there. He's letting you be you. You have what kind of season did the Bulls have that
No,
year?
Cartwright's only there the first 5 games.
Oh,
We start out 2 and 3.
okay.
Scott Skiles comes in.
Scott Feisty.
Yeah.
Scott Skiles.
His first game coaching, I had 30 though.
Ooh.
So I was in
Welcome
his
to
good
the
graces.
team, Coach.
Right.
Wait,
This
his
is
first
a-
game you put up a 30 piece.
Is it starting too?
Yeah. Against Milwaukee, I had 30 points, 8 assists.
Ooh.
You can look that up. Yeah. his
Milwaukee. Is
first
this Ray Allen in Milwaukee? Is that
game.
what
No. He's at Seattle time. This is Sam Cassell. I think GP's not even back there that year.
What's the dark skin? Was Trailer there?
Trailer, nope. I think he left the year before. Maybe Tim Thomas is there.
Oh, Michael Redd. Was he there?
Yep, Michael Red was there.
Right.
The Red Gun was there.
I think he came with Ray last.
Yeah, he did. Well, he was in my draft, but he came. They was kind of grooming him. Then.
Right.
Yeah.
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 So you scored 30. Like, did you know? Okay, I got this now.
Right.
Yeah, I figured it out.
Right.
I had a
Okay.
42-point game too, and I'm gonna tell you this story.
Okay.
Never said it. I've already given you. Oh, this is
Come on.
Man.
42
Unpopular
points. We're playing the Wizards. Remember at the time, the Wizards kind of did Jordan wrong, where he thought he was going to get an ownership. He came back,
Right.
played.
Yeah.
Guy, they kind of did him wrong. There's that famous picture of him driving off with his convertible. You could look this up too. Top is down. He got glasses on, leaving the Wizards facility for the last time. I scored 42, 8 assists, 6 steals.
He was locking up.
6 blocks. Yeah, Scott Skiles made us play defense. There was no
Okay.
doubt.
Okay.
So that night, myself, Gary Ladd, Aziz Ladd, the legend Aziz Ladd, rest in peace. We go to a lounge. I see somebody in the corner that night of the lounge with cigar smoke coming everywhere. It's dark in the corner, of course. And I had 42. I see Michael Jordan go 42. Like, you killed them boys for me. I never told him that.
Shout out to the black cat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He was in the corner, like right there.
Black Jesus,
man. He's doing 42. Crazy. I was like, damn.
That's MJ.
Yo.
That's another salute.
And every time I was around him and, you know, just in his presence, it's like, that's MJ. I never got comfortable enough where I was like, I mean, I kind of did, like, that's my friend, but that's like, man, that's Michael Jordan. I never was
like
jaded
your
by
uncle.
that. I would never took that for granted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I never, ever.
That's Michael
Never.
Jordan.
Never.
No, never.
That's Michael Jordan.
That's Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
So what year was it when you embraced?
That's whose
six-
shoes you got on.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Look,
it's Michael
I stay on the line. That's a regular.
Right.
I think that's But when did you embrace that 6-man role that you really flourished in that 6-man role?
So that really was 09, 010. That was Atlanta.
that was Atlanta.
So let's
Yeah.
not go there yet. Let's take a step back.
All right.
So we're moving on Chicago.
All right.
You're averaging 18. Why do you get traded?
Because I think, to be honest with you, I think Chicago, they felt like I had influence on Eddie and Tyson, the younger guys. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, and I've never been, and you know this knowing me as good as you do, I've never been the person to, if something's red, I'm going to say, oh, it's great because y'all want me to say it's great. Like, no, I got to call a spade, and that's what it is. And that's not always welcome.
Yeah,
Right.
sometimes
You know what I'm
that
saying?
can,
Like
that can
in
put
that-
a target on your back sometimes.
And they was like, yo, we've had enough. And I'm like, cool. I felt like they kind of didn't want me back, which is cool. So I'm like, all right, you feel the way about me. I kind of feel the way about you now. So let's just move on. And so it was a sign and trade. It's technically a trade, but I was leaving.
You was
You was
going.
out.
Yeah, I was leaving. They
And so-
drafted Ben Gordon after like
Right. So
yeah.
you go to the Big Apple.
Yeah.
You go from Chicago to the Big Apple. What is the New York life like, Maul?
Before I even get to New York life, because I got to go to Chicago just a second. At the time, Michael Jordan, Worldwide West, introduced me to Jay-Z. So,
Yeah, let's talk about
and
that.
he,
Worldwide
it's
West
about
is-
to bridge right together. So,
Oh, I've only heard of Worldwide West.
right,
Oh, no, he-
right.
Yeah, he's a background guy that
Yeah,
knows
he's a-
everybody.
but
He'd be your
he's
type. He's a background guy who
he's a
makes stuff
legend, bro.
happen.
That's
He's
what's
a,
up.
he's a legend, though.
He's a legend. So
Yeah.
he makes the introduction when I'm in Chicago. Fast forward to the end of my Chicago. One of my last games, I scored 50 against Toronto.
Come on.
Jay texted me and said, it must be the shoes, because I remember I was wearing S. Carter's at that time. Right? So I scored 50, and when I was a free agent, I'm talking to him and Tata like, yo, I think I'm going to be in New York. I was like, oh, you got to come, you got to come, you got to come. So going there, it was incredible. Like, I rarely take preseasons like serious because, you know, you just kind of not going through it, but you're not going all out.
Right.
I did from the start. I wanted to send a message to the whole city because it wasn't like going to a normal preseason where
Right, right.
like they're watching everything.
It's the Mecca.
Fat Joe and Dame Dash and you know different people are at preseason games. So I'm like, no, I'm going at it.
Yeah.
And who's the squad in New York?
Ooh, myself, Allen Houston, he was hurt a little bit at the time. Stephon Marbury, who was the first like
Steph
superstar
Marbury.
player within their
Ooh,
prime.
Coney Island's
Yeah.
finest.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Steph. He's one of the best players I've ever played with. Nazi Muhammad,
Big Nas.
Kurt Thomas. Yeah, we had a crew. It's like it was weird from being like around a bunch of young dudes to a bunch of vets.
Right.
Like Shandon Anderson and types. Like I seen them in playoff series before, like as a kid. So it was dope. That was a great experience for me. Vin Baker's on that team.
So Maul, you go from, before we go back, because we're going to New York, but when you're playing in Chicago, you're flying up to play in New
Rucker,
York,
right.
in the Rucker. You and Eddie Curry for Jay-Z's team.
Yeah.
So it seemed like it was almost like it's scripted, that the fact that you would end up there. Because didn't Eddie follow you?
And it made it more comfortable because it was like I've already got exposed to the city. I've been coming here in the summers. Like I know a little bit of the law of the land.
You
and
got
how
a
stuff
nickname.
works.
But doesn't
I
the
got a
league
nickname.
kind of keep you isolated? Don't they kind of tell players don't get involved with everything? You know, kind of stay away from this side of the tracks and all that type stuff.
They do. Going back to Chicago, there's a place called the Icky Projects. You can look it up. And it's
Icky
one of the
Projects.
worst projects in the country. And the Bulls found out I was playing there one night outside and they were pissed. I never went back. You could have died there if you was there. Like, I'm like, man, I was comfortable there. Right. And I just saw something. It's weird because random times now, like I'll go to old videos of mine or whatever. And somebody was like, I may have said on Instagram, was like, my wife was like, is that the same Jamal Crawford that was in the Icky Projects playing the other day? I was like, yeah. Matter of fact, I got that too. I screenshot it. I'm like, that's crazy.
That's him.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Well, he had a clause almost like Michael Jordan. I can play wherever I want.
Well, he
whenever I
He
want.
told me about that clause.
Like, he had
Before
a
I
clause-
heard about
he had a
that day, he
clause in his
told me that.
contract.
It's called For the Love of the Game.
Yeah, Michael Jordan
Love of the
played
Game.
anywhere.
He started that contract.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
You can play
deep.
anywhere.
Anywhere you want.
And Kobe had that too, because when he
Well,
was-
Jordan got every player to get in the
Yeah.
contract, but he was the one that got
Yeah.
it because he was going to play.
Yeah. So
No
now,
matter where.
so you go from there. Now you're in New York, and you're starting.
There's nothing like it.
What's the nickname?
What's your nickname?
True Essence.
True Essence.
Essence.
And I was waiting to get a nickname. I'm like, what? He said,
You gotta
True
get a
Essence with
nickname
the
to
ball. I'm like,
Rutgers,
what?
True Essence.
Rutgers.
Okay.
I'm like, True Essence. I'm
That's
like,
dope.
Yeah.
True. And now looking at my career, it's exactly who I am. Like the essence of the game was me. Like
on.
from every facet, every phase of it. So
That's
absolutely.
so dope, bro.
That's what's up.
That's
Is
so dope.
Pee Wee Kirkland out there? Or?
He wasn't out. Oh, he may have been out there. He may have stopped through. A lot of people, man, we had games where Jay-Z and Beyonce's on the side, Diddy's on the sideline, Kamora Lee Simmons on the sideline, David Stearns on the sideline,
The commissioner was there.
Knowing.
Mustafa Farrakhan's on the side. Like
Is that
it was a
right?
who's
Man, that's
who.
crazy.
Gabrielle Union's on the sideline. Yeah.
Man. And the Rucker ain't that. It ain't that big, is it?
No, not at all. But it's
How
a
big is
park.
the
It's just
park right in
legendary.
Seattle? Is it a Seattle Park?
It's a
Give us
Seattle
a sense of
Park. It's Seattle Park. It's probably like Crawford Court if you just brought bleachers on both sides.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know it was that little.
Yeah. And the hoops are a little bit lower. They're like 9.5. So when people dunking, it look
Dang.
crazy.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
They got the
Yeah.
breakaways.
It's
They got
crazy.
the breakaways over there though. So
Yeah. It's now it's legit.
So you're a New York Knick. Does Patrick Ewing embrace you?
Everybody does. Bro.
Wow.
To the point where, so Stefan's, I can say it now, Stefan Marbury's restaurant after games was Philippe Chow. And I would always go to Tao. I remember seeing Adam Sandler at Tao and he gave me dap because like, yeah, I was just at the Knicks game watching you. You know what I'm saying? So
Great
like,
Adam Sandler.
yeah, like it's,
Because they
it's
bleed
man.
that.
Yeah.
They bleed.
bro,
Yeah.
they bleed it. It's so
serious.
I don't want to use the word famous because I don't want to say I'm famous, but I was so popular
famous.
there.
No,
you're famous.
No. I was so popular
famous,
there, and they made me feel like I was so proud. Like I just went back. I posted when they were in the playoffs. I went back. It was ridiculous. So there, like, it was just crazy, bro. The one time Samuel L. Jackson came to a game.
Come on, man.
Samuel
Come
Jackson.
on, man.
I'm not playing the game,
Look,
right? I'm not playing the game. And he's sitting with Spike, and I had a wrap on because something was on my hand. It was nothing big, but I missed the game. And he was like, he looked over, he's like, you ain't playing? I said, nah, my hand. He said, oh, like, I only came to watch you play. I'm like, man, this is Samuel Jackson.
Was he screaming
crazy.
or was he talking?
No, he's screaming. I was
He was
across the
screaming.
course. And he's screaming.
That's what he does.
But
Huh?
like,
Yeah.
no, like royalty from Q-Tip, Tribe, like everybody. Wow. We got a letter, bro. I haven't said this. I'm like up to 8 right now. I'm
Come
keeping
on,
a
man.
track.
Look, I'm keeping track. I got
Only 5, baby.
So my highest scoring game ever was against the Heat. I scored 52, right? I used to always look at the time as like they used to have like celebs in the crowd. You can go on their website, see who was there at what particular game. And one time I saw Heath Ledger was there. I'm like, dang.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Joker.
Yeah.
So I'm
Rest
like,
in
dang,
peace.
that's
Ooh,
crazy. I
rest
just
in
saw him like,
peace,
dang.
rest
So
in
he saw, I
peace.
didn't have any interaction with him. I was like, he scored 52. He saw that. Fast forward to 3 months ago, my foundation gets a letter or email. Hey, my name is such and such. Just want to let you know, I was at the game. Jamal scored 52. I was Heath Ledger's guest. So now he's telling me the backstory to everything. I'm going to send you the email.
Wow.
He's like, I was Heath Ledger's guest. He was like, Heath fell in love with basketball after watching Jamal that night. He said he went to
What?
Spotted Pig, which was Jay's spot. I don't know if he still owns it or not. He went to Spotted Pig with Jay, and he kept talking about Jamal and the game and what he had just seen that night. And he's like, he picked up basketball after that and started liking basketball.
Fam, you inspired the Joker.
That's crazy.
Man, don't say it like
You
that.
inspired the
No,
Joker,
but Heath
man.
Ledger's
Don't say it
serious
like
though.
that.
He was serious,
Yeah,
man.
dope actor,
and
man.
that role that he played as the Joker was one of the best acting
Ever.
roles we've ever seen in the history of acting.
Yeah,
That's right.
He was
You said you
unbelievable.
almost had to turn into that guy.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I
So-
couldn't believe it because I knew, like later on, I knew he was there because I went back and looked like, oh, that was cool. He was at the game after he passed. But to hear the backstory from somebody that was right there with him the whole time and how it continued on, it's crazy.
Bro, you've been inspiring people for a long time, bro.
No,
It's just
I've been inspired for a long time.
that both
Like,
things.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, who they say you play like Iverson. Like, I've been inspired by so many people.
But he said, who you play like?
Hood talk.
Straight hood talk. Straight hood talk. They said he plays
Hey,
like
but
AI.
I got a question about AI, man.
I got an answer.
So, are you hearing about? So, a guy like AI comes into the league. Are you hearing about a guy like that on his way, or do you?
Yeah, I
is that
watched
a-
him at Georgetown.
You seen him in college?
I seen
You
him
watch-
at
Well, tell the true story of like if you went to your house, what you see.
You tell him.
You go into his room.
Apartment. I didn't have no house. Apartment.
We go to the apartment.
I'm a kid though.
In his
Like, I'm
room.
a high school kid.
In his room, there is. If this is the wall,
Yeah.
this whole wall
It's
is
Iverson.
filled with Iverson pictures like cut out of Slam magazine.
Yeah, they're not like
Word.
professional
No,
posters.
nothing
nah.
but Iverson
yeah.
from top to bottom.
Yeah,
like in all
like I'm cutting
facets of
pictures
Iverson.
out,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
taping it. But
Really?
the clear
Iverson
old
with the
tape,
afro, Iverson
I
with
probably
the-
ruined that wall looking back. I'm like,
Yeah,
cut the
like a
tape
thumbtack.
there. Yeah,
No,
like,
but it was really a
It's all him.
shrine of
Iverson.
Allen Iverson.
yeah.
That's crazy.
And it the answer. He
You
was
just
Yeah.
respected
everything
his
for the
game
culture.
that much.
He was
love
everything
him.
to the culture,
Yeah.
bro.
He just looked like he represented us
Yeah.
Real
at
talk.
all times, right?
Yeah.
Real
He-
talk.
he's the type that you can't, and Steph Curry has some of this as far as you can't put what he does in numbers.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do he make you feel?
Yeah. No,
You
seriously.
know what I'm saying? Like, how
Like
did
some
he make
magic.
you feel
Yeah,
watching him?
Yeah.
Dog,
That
it was-
to me is more than he
was
shot
unreal.
38% or I don't
Right.
care about that.
Yeah.
I know what he did to me, how I felt watching him.
Yeah.
I want to go work on my game. I want to go work on my crossover.
Yeah.
And now looking back,
You do the same thing.
no. Looking back, he's responsible for my behind the back move. Because I wanted to move so devastating left to right. Everybody in the hood tried to do it. But then everybody picked up on like, oh, you about to do the Iverson. Well, how can I do something like that? Oh, let me start. Oh, behind the back. Yeah. He was the inspiration for it.
Oh.
Never said that. We up to like 10.
But that's
on.
dope.
Nah.
Because that elevated
Keep it
your
track.
game. You seen his
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
You respected
Bro.
it. You elevated
I
yours
used
off of that.
it was like
Yeah.
nothing was given to him. It was such a struggle, and I could relate to
Yeah.
how much of a struggle it was.
Do you feel survivor's remorse at that time and even now?
As far as in which way?
Survivor's remorse being that you know that you made it. And you can't, and not everybody can go. Not everybody gonna see the plateaus that you know, in life that you get to.
Right.
Do you feel bad that I made it out and not everybody can make it out?
I don't feel bad because me making it out, I feel like I took other people with me. And there may be people I haven't met. There may have been people I inspired. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was like this journey wasn't just mine. It was like I felt like I was representing every single hood in America. I used to in Phoenix, I know we ain't got there, but in Phoenix, me and TJ Warren, we used to always talk about this because every city has ball boys, right? Most of them look like us. So I'd be like, yo, what's your hood here? He'd be like, man, Fifth Ward, New Orleans. I'm like, can I come to your hood? They said, man, Crawford, you can come to my hood. That made me feel good because I was representing them when I played.
Yeah.
In New York, since we're there, I would play, if we had a matinee game at 12, I play the game at 12, I'll go to the park and play. People don't know this. I go to the park and play at 5 o'clock. Yo, what move you want me to do? Throw off the backboard. I'm like, I got to do that in the garden, okay. So I'm talking to the other streets about what moves they want to see so I can go do it in the garden because I'm representing all of
the
it.
street always has loved you.
Oh, bro.
That's dope.
There
Yeah.
was I have a picture of it. So hold on, I got two things on mine I got to send you. The Heath Ledger email, and I have a picture I
Yeah, I
have to
need
see.
that. That's crazy.
There's a picture of, and this is Times Square. Times Square is one of the most famous places in the country, in the world maybe, right? Everybody comes to Times Square. There's a Foot Locker there. There's a picture of LeBron, Jason Kidd, Kevin Garnett, and me. Along these, I'm like, this is crazy.
Wow.
That's how popular in New York I was. Yeah.
So you couldn't go
No.
outside,
No, but I was outside.
but you was outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
At
part
all
of the culture.
times. Everywhere. Come
In
on,
New
bro.
York, Isaiah Thomas man, Isaiah Thomas, number 11.
Brilliant.
Just
Genius.
The second best point guard to ever play.
Yes, genius though. Genius basketball mind.
Took you and saw your talents and is like, we're going to make you a star.
You want to hear something crazy?
We need
We're
it.
up to number, what we have? We're going to be 11 after this.
Okay.
11 for Isaiah. We had 11.
11 for Isaiah. Okay.
After my rookie year, I go to, going into my rookie year in Chicago, I go to Chicago camp. That's where the combine was. I show out. I go back the next year. Isaiah and he seen me at Michigan. He came to a game or two, but we talked for 3 hours. He literally told me how much he liked my game then. And I'm coming off a year where I didn't even play good. He's like, "No, man, you the future. You that big at point guard. You can." When I was a free agent to the New York Knicks, he was the first person to call. You can call at 9 p.m. He called at 9:01. So everything he told me 3 years before
It
was
wasn't
fact
fluff.
because he was
Right.
he's seen.
He's a real one.
absolutely.
He's Chicago's
realist,
finest too.
Absolutely.
Man.
Chicago real.
I wore number 11 because of
Yeah.
it.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. He's
That's-
the first person I ever seen go behind the back.
So think about this, Moss. You got Michael Jordan,
Isaiah
you got
Thomas,
Isaiah Thomas, you got Allen Iverson. These are
Iverson.
3,
heroes.
and then you got Jay-Z.
Hero.
Oh, man.
Hero.
It's the best of all worlds. And these guys are like your friends.
And this is
Yeah.
5 seasons in.
Yeah.
Right,
It's just
right.
like-
Yeah, this is
Right.
5 seasons
This is
in.
Right.
5 seasons in.
And so as we strive as a Knick, and you were in New York for what, 5 years?
4.5.
4.5 years. And then so really good seasons, but
Yeah.
not really winning.
Not really winning.
So you love the fact of playing all those
On the
minutes and being
stage,
a
yeah.
star guy, but you said something, because we talked, you was like, Dave, I got to get to the playoffs. Like the season's over with, and when I'm back at home, and I'm watching
Absolutely.
playoffs.
But I want to do it a certain way. I didn't
Yeah.
want to run from the grind. 'Cause
Talk
people
about
were
that.
like, people
Talk
were
about
like,
that. Yeah.
"Oh man, you gotta leave." I'm like, "Nah, dog. I was here in the worst of times. I want to
Come
be
on.
here when it gets good.
That's how
Yep.
it's me.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
I'm not running
good.
from
But
that."
Dolan is owning it still.
So when they traded me, I was hurt. It took me 2 days to just laying in my bed, like, wow, it really. I'm averaging 21 points. Zach Randolph's averaging 20. We're both going to the All-Star game. Yeah, I got
Zebo
traded.
was in New York?
Bro, yeah.
That's Zebo.
Oh,
And
that's
he went
deep.
to the Clippers. I went to Golden State same day. And they only did it because you remember that 2010 free agency class, LeBron, Joe Johnson, D Wade, Chris Bosh. At the time, me and him made the most. So they had to clear salary to
So
have
they
a chance.
was
at
trying to
Tulos.
get one
Yeah.
of those guys.
Yeah,
That's right.
absolutely.
That's crazy.
So
Oh, yeah. You're
yeah,
right.
so the
And who
summer
they get- who they
2010,
get
so they had to
Carmelo?
trade us in 09.
And they got Carmelo, huh?
The following
They got
year
him
because they didn't.
Well, they got Amari before him.
They got Amari.
Oh,
right.
that's
They got
right,
Amari
from
almost had
Phoenix.
MVP year.
Right.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
got their 2 stars. It just took a year or 2 after.
And see, so that's the business side of basketball. No
basketball,
matter
yeah.
how well you did and you
Yeah, I
were
was
loved
sick.
and you
I
did
was
everything right by the people, they wanted to go with even a bigger fish. So they're like,
Man, they
how
going-
does that come? Let me talk.
I didn't take that personal.
Okay.
I was hurt, but I understood. Like, it's LeBron James. He's a once in a lifetime type player. You got to give yourself a chance at him.
Got you.
Especially with him. Oh, I love playing the Garden. Everybody does. I love New York. You know what I'm saying? I think
We
that's
got
what, that's what
15
it is.
minutes, y'all.
Okay, let's keep it. Yeah.
And so, LeBron,
Yes.
you see him before he comes into the league.
I saw him in high school.
In high school.
Yeah, he was at the same workouts I was with Jordan.
Oh, that's crazy.
I knew him, Rich, Mav, all them then.
The whole crew. He
The
was.
whole crew.
That's solid.
Man, LeBron had Jamal's jersey on at the camp. He had the number 1 Bulls jersey on.
Is that right?
Yeah, yes.
Fact.
Respect.
Yes.
Respect.
Yes.
Young
You're a
King.
guy.
So hold on, I got 3 things to send you now.
Okay.
Heath Ledger, email, that jersey, and there's the Foot Locker. All right, I'm making a mental note. 3 of
Okay.
them. All right.
So as we expedited just a little bit, we're now moving and we get traded and you're in Golden State.
Yeah.
And you're over there with Monte Ellis,
Ellis.
Steven Jackson.
I had a great year. moving
what was
with
it? What was
them,
that
man.
team
Stacks?
called?
Was Boom?
There was the We Believe team
We
before
Believe
I
team.
came.
Got
Boom
before.
was there?
He
Baron
just
Davis?
left.
Oh.
So they were in transition of We Believe to Monte Moped incident. Remember?
Right,
So I
right.
went right there.
Yeah.
And you had
Yeah.
went there and averaged 20 real quick.
First time I ever played where it was sunny, where I could wake up at 8 in the morning and sun
Oh,
out.
man, you gotta
in the
love
Bay.
it,
Come on,
man.
I love
In
it.
the
Come
Bay.
on,
I-
man.
Is it
Energy is just.
I
know you was
different.
with the
I love
Bay,
the
man.
Bay,
Come
bro.
on, man.
I loved it there.
Yeah.
I just told Michael B. Jordan this. So
Oh, Michael
Shout
B.
out
Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
it's about to make
Name
full
drop.
circle. Now you remember, so I'm staying downtown on 20th and Telegraph or 20th
Okay,
and Broadway.
Oakland.
I'm right in Oakland.
Yeah.
In the hotel. You know the cities.
Uh-huh.
At the time, I remember I couldn't sleep because they were not rioting, but they were just standing up for my guy who died in the Fruitville station,
Oh, you talking about Oscar Grant?
Oscar Grant.
Yeah. Shout out Oscar Grant. Rest in peace.
Michael B. Jordan plays Oscar
Oscar Grant
Grant
in
in that.
Station.
I just
Right.
told him that in the All-Star. I'm like, yo, I first heard about you. He was like, yo, I said, I was in the Bay when that happened. Like, I was literally there. So, yeah, so that's why.
Michael B. Jordan loves you too.
He knows who.
So we're in Golden State. This is short run. What is it? A
54-game run.
54-game run. Then we're off to the ATL.
I averaged 20 there. And as fate would have it, I got traded to Atlanta, and they're like, you're going to be a sixth man. I'm like, all right. So this is the first time
Were
really
you
like
upset?
I wasn't upset because at that point I'm year 8 or 9. I'm tired of being known as a good player who's on bad teams. Like he can score, but he does on bad teams. So I'm like, I'll do whatever.
Right.
And so I wasn't upset, but it was different, and it took a little while to kind of adjust it.
Because I see players soak when they get, you know what I'm saying?
No, I feel like I
So
could
you
do
embraced the
anything on-
role. You made it cool to be a six man, and you win.
but that wasn't the goal.
Right.
I just embraced the role, and I wanted to help that team. And then
Right.
when I won six man, I'm like, yo, this is dope, right?
That 6 man award was huge too when you
It was
won
huge.
That was
Yeah.
the first year in.
That was my first time I ever came off the bench.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Hey, that's love, bro.
Yeah,
That's
shout
love.
out.
For real.
Yeah,
That's
and-
love.
That's
That's
deep.
love.
So at that point, I'm not even thinking I'm making it cool.
Slow down so I can see the stats.
That's
Yeah, I'm not even
you
thinking
go.
I'm making average 18. I was second on the team in scoring. We won 53 games, right?
Jeez.
I shot 45 from the field, 39 from three,
What year is this?
18 points, 3 assists, 09, 010.
11. Yeah, right here. Yeah, yep. Down. There you go.
18 points, 3 assists,
Yep.
So you really
79 games, I believe.
79.
Yeah, I'm not looking at any of it, so I'm just
yeah,
telling you.
yeah.
Yeah.
you really
numbers
embraced
guy.
it though.
Yeah, I did. And at that
Yeah.
time, I'm still not thinking I'm going to make this cool. Like, I'm still just like, all right, we're trying to win. I got recognized for it. Dope.
This is the year they had 4 All-Stars, though, right? They
Yeah,
had,
me and Josh feel like we should make. No, that
Yeah.
year we had 2. We
was
knew
Josh,
2 of them going. We had Al and Joe made it.
Alan
Okay.
Joe.
Boston had 4 that year, but our record was like 2 games beneath
Right.
them. We thought we'd at least get 3.
That's when Dwight Howard was a force too.
Yes,
wasn't
he was a
yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Alan
you're
Joe
in Atlanta.
Johnson.
You embrace the 6 man role. You're averaging pretty much almost 20 points a game, and coming off the bench. And you're in Atlanta for what? 3 years?
2.
2 years in Atlanta. Both years are good. You get a chance to feel what the playoffs were like. What's the difference between the regular season and the playoffs?
If we're going to 15 in the summer, shout out to Will Conroy. He did say this and it made sense. If you're going to 15 in the summer and the game is 14-14, and that last point's grabbing every possession's like that in the playoffs.
Every possession.
Every single possession. So you have to mentally
So it's
prepare
a
yourself.
whole different deal.
It's a whole different game.
So like
electric,
when people say I'm in playoff mode, it's
Yeah.
really a thing.
It's like you're coming out of a war because you have to be locked in with everything.
Every
By the
posi-
second or third game, I'll say second, 2, you know their plays just as good as
they
you
know
know.
them.
Yes,
Right.
and
Right.
vice
You
versa.
should know
So
that.
wait,
Yeah.
so then it becomes execution. Like you
It
know what
becomes
they gonna do,
execution,
and you got to
it becomes
prevent.
just like greatness of
Yeah.
individuals.
Yeah.
No making mistakes. Like, you're locked in. Like,
The
that.
greatness of
Footwork,
individuals is
everything.
crazy.
Bro, we played the Spurs later on. We'll get to that. But we played the Spurs later on in the series. I'm guarding Marco Bellinelli. He has not taken a shot in the whole game. It's the fourth quarter. I'm like, oh, I can start cheating and helping him. They run a play for him. As soon as I do that, I'm like, and you feel, when you make a mistake and you know it's coming, you feel so bad because everybody on your team knows we've watched everything. We know that's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel like you let them down.
Wow.
That's big.
So 2 playoff runs in Atlanta.
Uh-huh.
Why was there a trade after that? What
At the
happened?
time, they gave Joe Johnson 123.7. They gave Al 60. They had to re-sign. Josh was still under contract, and people weren't really coming to the game, so they wasn't really making a lot of money like that. Even though I was a fan favorite, I was highest Gucci man in Atlanta. And even though I was a fan favorite, shout out Gucci.
Shout out to Gucci.
Shout out Gucci. That's my man, too. That's my man. That's
Gucci
my
man
guy.
love you. We went to that concert, man.
That's my guy.
Man.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say, what we at, 12? If I say it's 13. If I say this
Go
next
ahead.
one.
You got 12.
We're 12.
Gucci invited me to his wedding, but I couldn't
Come
make it
on.
because I was in the season. Yeah, that's my guy.
Oh, shout out Gucci.
We were writing each other when he was in jail and everything.
Now, is it a clone or not?
Nah, it's Gucci. That's Gucci.
That's Gucci?
That's Gucci.
Okay.
Man.
Ice cream.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Was Mike Bibby on that Atlanta team?
Yeah, I love playing with Bibby.
Yeah,
He's smart.
I was
smart.
been a fan of Mike Bibby too. So now
Mike
we
Bibby.
come back to the Northwest where you're almost home.
Did you
You're
get
in
traded
Florida.
or you
Free
signed
agent
there?
sign.
Free agent
Yeah, free agent
sign.
sign.
Why Clippers?
No,
we're
I'm
not
at
there. We're in
Portland
Portland.
yet.
Oh, why? Oh, yeah, okay. Okay.
Because we're all creatures of habit, and I got in such a rhythm of being close to home. I didn't want to leave, and I'm like, it's gonna be a short season.
Got it.
B-Roy's retiring. I'm like, I could fit right in take up some of the scoring slack. It made sense to me. So that's why I chose Portland.
Yeah.
And it didn't really turn out like we really wanted it though.
No, it started out really good, but then it didn't turn out overall for anybody. It just was a weird. It was a lockout season.
Not a really good fit.
Who was all in Portland though that year?
Gerald Wallace, Nick Batum, Wesley Matthews, LaMarcus, who was the guy.
LaMarcus Aldridge.
Raymond Felton.
Tough.
Yeah, LaMarcus one of the dopest teammates.
Yeah,
my brother.
So now we in Portland for a lockout season. Then we get to go to the show. The new Showtime.
The new Showtime, which is Lob City, would not. My career there wouldn't have been as good if the Portland didn't happen. Because now at that age, I'm 32, and people are like, "Oh, he lost a step."
So the doubters, the naysayers.
I'm like, "Nah, y'all gonna see." I'm like, "I ain't lose nothing. I just was used in a different way."
Right.
So now I need to hear this. I need this fuel. So I can't wait till the LA. And going back to like the New York Knicks thing, the preseason, I played every single game like it was a season. I led the team in scoring, and it just continued on.
So I was a lot of them Clipper games.
Wait, but who's on that squad when
the
you
Clipper
get there?
squad?
Yeah, because I know we all know many of them, but I want to hear when you first got there, who was there? Because y'all built something
CP,
special there.
Blake, DJ, Chauncey, Matt Barnes, Lamar Odom, Grant Hill, myself, Ronnie Turioff, Ryan Hollins, Willie Green.
That was a team.
Willie Green's a coach in the NBA now.
Yeah,
right?
And who was the coach? Was Dr. Coach already?
No, he wasn't there. He came the next year.
The next
Him
year.
and JJ Redick
Was it
came the
Vinny
same
Del
time.
Negro?
Yeah, I like Vinny too.
Vinny Del Negro.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool. He's
At
a
this
player.
time, did you guys think you guys was gonna top the Lakers in LA?
We beat the Lakers so much at that time, to be honest with you. I'm saying that respectfully. Kobe's, getting older and stuff, and they're kind of in transition. I don't want to say they're rebuilding, but they're in transition. We thought we were going to win the championship. We thought we were going to make the finals.
Everybody did.
There was a time when I thought
they
Elton
were
Brand's years
tough.
when they were with Clippers. I thought they were the same.
They were good.
They were really good. And I thought
good.
they was topping Lakers,
Yeah.
but then when y'all came, I
Them guys, they Chris
for
Paul,
sure.
Blake, and him, and JJ Redick.
It was the greatest show on turf. You had myself and Chris doing all tight. We would outdo each other. Oh, that was cold. Watch this next one I'm about to do. Like we were going like that.
For real though.
Yeah. So peep this. Never said what number we're gonna be up to with this one.
14. Come
How
on.
much time we got, Saya?
You have 7 minutes.
Come on.
Okay, so I'm gonna do it quick.
Okay.
Chris Paul.
Do we need that
When I do that pass to Blake, CP never say good job. He's like, cool. We said, here come the DJ one. He tweets, I'm gonna let y'all finish, but DeAndre Jordan got the best dunk here. Me and Blake like, dang, you didn't give us no problem. It was a healthy, like competitive.
no,
like,
that's good. That's
we were the
good.
greatest show on turf, and they were the greatest show on the air. So it was a show every night.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every night.
So the Clippers, like, what was that atmosphere?
It
like?
was a show because we never knew each other were going to do. But we start figuring out, okay, the first quarter, and as a team evolved, first quarter is JJ's. We know that. With a little bit of CP, a little bit of Blake, but more JJ. The second half of the first quarter is going to be those two.
Yeah.
I'm going to get one basket at the end of the first quarter. Now those guys are coming out. Now second quarter is mine. Now they come back in. So we start figuring out, why are you talking about it?
That's how it went.
So you
'Cause
went-
I'm telling you.
JJ shot so much in the first quarter.
He led the team in scoring the first. He led the league in scoring the first quarter. He may have got 7 of. If he averaged 14, 15, 7 of them came in the first quarter.
For sure.
So how many six-mans do you win at the Clippers?
2. I became the oldest to win the award at 2014. And I broke my own record and became the oldest to win any major award at 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got 3 or 4?
3.
Okay, 3.
Wow.
Okay. I believe it.
No,
I believe it.
Now, LA,
Yeah.
Lakers, LA Lakers. Does LA embrace you guys?
Yeah.
Our section does. It's still a Laker town.
It's still a Laker town
But-
for sure.
Yeah, it's
But
like
Lob
the
City
Nets
was
and
making
Knicks
a
in New
name for
York,
itself.
right? Like
Yeah.
it's still a Laker town, but that section does for sure.
Yeah.
But you were a star in LA. They want you to play for the Lakers and the Clippers if you could.
And you was walking everywhere?
No, I walked nowhere.
He didn't go.
They only see me if I was getting my kids from school or the grocery store. I was like a ghost in LA.
Why is that?
I knew I was there. I was coming off this like I'm locked in. I didn't go out. nothing.
True story. I never told you guys this. I'm in LA. I'm there to watch him play. I'm staying in the Omni Hotel in downtown. He's so focused. I don't see him until the game. I'm like, I really saw that he was locked in then. And I'm at the playoff game against Golden State.
Oh, so this is playoffs.
This is game 7.
Oh,
I'm on the third row.
Yeah.
And they beat Golden State.
This is game 7 after the Sterling thing happened.
After the
Like,
Sterling.
this is-
Yeah.
I remember
And,
that.
hey, this arena was on fire.
It was crazy.
You couldn't hear nothing. I'm on the third row watching, and they pulled off. Then we go to the back. He was relieved, and then I was like, bro, this guy really does this. Like, I knew it wasn't for play. Like, he had a routine. Like, went to the workouts, ate, took a nap. We talked on the phone. He was like, Dad, I got to go to sleep. I'll see you at the game tonight. It was really focused. It wasn't like, and he's already established, way established. So I saw how real it was and what it meant to him. So I'm like, man, that's the dedication of what it takes and what Kobe be talking about.
Who did you get that from?
I just always had it. I never took for granted that I was here. Like, I dreamed about this. You know what I'm saying? So I never took for granted that, I'm supposed to be here. I got time. Like, no, I was locked in.
Time to work.
So we got 5 years with the Clippers?
5 years with the Clippers.
And then we go
6 mans. We go to Minnesota, which I hated. I just didn't like it. It felt like they only played 5 people. Our bench wasn't really
Tom
used.
Thibodeau,
It was
man,
crazy.
this guy, man.
And then we go to Phoenix. I signed the day before the season. And that was crazy. And just to fast forward, I'm being the vet, right? We went from trying to make playoffs to being the vet. And when that happened, we're not playing. The vets ain't playing.
Right.
So Trevor Ariza gets traded. Tyson Chandler gets waived. Ryan Anderson stuck it out the year, but doesn't resign after that. So those are the 4 vets, right? Fast forward to the end of the season, everybody's hurt. Like, go hoop. I get a 50-point game off the bench, which was technically my last real game in the arena. I averaged 31.6 assists in the month of April, my high school month of my career.
Wow.
Yeah, at 38 at the time.
Yeah.
I remember them headlines too.
Hey, man.
I know we got rapid fire coming.
Yeah,
I know we got rapid fire coming.
It's been a phenomenal career, Jamal. And
Thank you.
do you regret anything?
No, if I had one basketball regret, I wouldn't have changed positions.
Got you. You would stay at the point?
I would stay at the point. I would have been headstrong enough, like, no, I'm a point guard, and stayed there the whole time.
Well, I'm going to tell you
I
something.
think I would have been a Hall of Fame if I
Tell
stayed
you
at
something.
the
I
point.
appreciate you being my brother. I appreciate you being true to the game, and you never cheated it, bro.
Yes,
Never.
good.
Never.
And,
I appreciate
and you've
that.
showed an example to so many of the guys that came out of here in Seattle, Washington,
I appreciate that.
all over the state. Just what a pro is like.
I
You're a
appreciate
pro's
that.
pro, bro.
Right.
And
Doug Christie, Gary Payton, all the vets
for
helped me
sure,
for sure.
for sure.
And then that's not even just coming from Seattle, but I know a lot of people in Tacoma do the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Have that same respect.
Absolutely. I appreciate
And
that.
Like you say, and never cheated the game. I always put on it.
I hope we repped all of them well,
Come on, man.
for sure.
You guys ready for rapid fire?
How much time we got?
2,
You better hurry up.
All right.
Rapid fire's on.
Right, here we go.
This or that. We ain't elaborating on none of it. Let's go. Let's go, gang.
Oh, you watch
Let's
the
do
show.
this.
You wanna start
You
it
watch
off?
the show.
Oh, he ain't
you
ready.
want me to do it? No, I'm ready.
145.
I'm ready.
Let's
You
go.
ready?
Let's go.
Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett.
Ooh. Shaq or Kareem.
Shaq.
Kobe or Michael.
Kobe, yeah.
Michael.
Floyd or Muhammad Ali.
Ali.
Ooh. I like it.
You're stuck right now. What you got?
No.
Yeah, he better hurry up.
Cars or music?
Music.
I ain't got nothing yet. Go ahead.
Go back around.
Lunch or dinner.
Dinner.
Italian or French?
French. You laugh at that.
I was going to ask favorite Kobe moment. Best Kobe moment. You gotta-
Him moving his whole family to come watch me play at the Pro-Am, for sure.
Mount Rushmore. NBA.
Jordan, Kobe, Shaq, LeBron.
Come on.
Top 3 you ever played with?
Stephon Marbury, Blake CP.
Best game you ever had? Or your favorite game?
My last one in Phoenix.
Favorite memory in playing basketball.
As a kid, when they first was 2-line layups, and they're like,
Come on.
do layups, and my first one was behind the back, jelly backwards, and the kids looked at me like I was an alien. I was 8.
Top athlete of all time?
Michael Jordan.
Man. Favorite woman athlete. Best woman athlete.
That's a good one. Pass. Come back.
Favorite food.
Soul food.
What type of soul food?
Fried catfish, right?
Best Laker of all time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get Magic some love right
Best city you ever been in?
Live in
Well, we can't say other than Washington. Because I know you're going to say Washington, but
New York.
New York?
Unique.
Favorite organization or franchise you paid for?
Clippers.
Best coach.
Is there an organization that you don't like? That you
No, that's cool. We good. I ain't doing everybody.
Best coach. Favorite coach.
Favorite coach, Isaiah.
Your top 5 teammates of all time, regardless of what, basketball period.
Dave King, DeAndre Jordan, Blake, Malik Rose, Nate Robinson.
Bro. Top 3 musicians, any genre.
Jay-Z.
Man.
We can still go with, hey, no, we can still go with this one.
Serena?
Yeah.
No, we can still go with this one.
No,
We gotta finish
don't
it.
touch it, don't touch it.
Yeah, we gotta finish
Oh, you got it? Okay.
We got
He hasn't
These
stopped
two are
me
still
yet.
rolling.
You did. He stopped. He stopped. You said come back to it.
He said Serena.
Oh, but you had to come back to it, so that's a stump.
You haven't stopped me yet. You know at the end of the day it's me and you.
I want to hear this musicians. We ready? One.
Keep going.
1, 2, 3.
Jay-Z, Michael Jackson, Beyonce.
Best actor.
Oh, I should say place, huh?
Best actor. Male or female.
Denzel,
Who's bigger, Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan?
Michael Jackson.
For real.
Top 3 movies.
Coming to America. I can't do 2 Eddies, huh? Coming to America.
do whatever you want.
Okay.
Only pocket judge.
Coming to America, Harlem Nights,
Yeah.
and Equalizer.
Greatest basketball movie.
Yes.
Oh, you like that one? Love and Basketball.
There you go.
Love and
Your
basketball.
favorite season out of 20.
I would say my first year in either New York or LA. First year in either one. They were both the funnest.
Team you wanted to play for that you didn't get to.
Golden State when KD was there. That was supposed to happen.
If you can make an ultimate player with talents, whose strengths would you use in 5 categories?
I would use Steph Curry's shooting, Kobe's heart, Magic's IQ,
This one's stuff.
Jordan's clutch gene, and Kyrie's ball handling. Best player?
Best player.
Joker.
Who's your favorite?
To you guys?
No, wait, I got one more for
Okay.
you. Who's your favorite cast member on a TNT set?
He just
I'm going with Shaq, bro.
I already seem like he's so cool.
He's the coolest.
He's
Yeah.
so cool.
He's the coolest.
Go ahead.
You ready? I got
Yeah,
one for
let's
each
go.
of y'all.
Yeah, let's do it.
San Francisco or Sac?
Sack all day.
All day.
All day?
All day.
I'm warming up. Don't worry. South End or Central?
South End.
Okay. Tacoma or Seattle?
Come on, Hilltop, baby. Come on.
All right. I'm going back around this way now.
Hilltop, baby.
Iverson or Kyrie?
Ooh. I'm going to go AI.
Shaq or Jordan for you?
Shaq.
He loves him.
The diesel.
E40 or Too Short?
That just
Oh man. Oh man.
Easy.
That's the hardest, man. I gotta say, Too Short because he came first.
You sure you feel good about that?
No, I don't.
E40
E40 was Mr. Flamboyant was my joint though. Man, come on. I can't. Yeah, but I go short dog out of respect.
That's what's up.
All right. We need to go again or what?
Oh, hey,
It's
go
on
ahead.
you.
Yeah,
Oh, I got one for you.
that was
Go
the
ahead.
coldest.
Yeah.
Andre 3000 or Jay-Z.
In which way?
Period.
Like, are we saying rapping bars? Or
No,
are we
just-
saying, like, what are we saying?
Music. Period.
What do you mean?
Music, the genre, the whole music as
If
itself.
I'm going to listen to one over a period of time, it'd be Jay.
For sure.
But
3000's body.
3000, yeah, he doesn't have the.
3000.
Yeah, he doesn't
You know,
have
his
the.
catalog's not big.
His
enough,
catalog's
what you
not
saying.
big.
Okay.
But I bet you see it. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
right.
no, that's
This is hard,
right.
but I-
You're right. But Dre 3000, I get just excited when I hear something new from him versus
Man.
the same as anybody.
Yeah.
Top 5 rappers since we on there.
Pac, Biggie, 3000, Jay, Nas.
Whew.
What's
It's a
yours?
good list. I have all the more. I'll say Pac, Biggie. I had Wayne, Eminem. I think I might have had 3000. I didn't have Jay or Nas on there.
Okay.
That's different.
Coming back to you.
Yeah.
to coach, I'm about to put you in the trick bag. If you had to coach either Cy or Roy for one game, which one are you coaching?
If it was a choice between the two of them, I wouldn't coach. I wouldn't coach. I can't do it.
All right.
I can't do
I'll
it.
come back to you. If you had to give, what part of Sac you from?
South Sacramento, Fruit Ridge. They know what it is.
South Sacramento?
Yeah,
South Sac.
South Sac.
Oh, you said Sac. That's your favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I'm going somewhere else with you. Mike Bibby or Jason Williams? Sac version.
Hey, all respect to Jason Williams, but Mike Bibby, Team
Bibby.
Don.
Bibby.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
Don.
cold.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
White chocolate was cold.
IT. Look at his face.
Hey, what's an animal? You talking about young IT, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to come on you.
Come on.
IT. A.V. Bradley.
Man.
Ooh.
They were both cold.
I know.
I'm gonna go IT.
IT.
They don't do different spectrums.
Okay.
Yeah, two different ways to get it.
IT.
IT was
Shout out IT.
Was
And
cold.
Avery Bradley.
They were
Logic.
both of them.
Logic or Roderick Stewart.
Ooh.
Both.
Hey, they were animals.
IT or Nate Robinson?
Oh, that's. Ooh.
What are we talking?
Basketball.
We always talking basketball. What are we talking?
Who you going in the foxhole with?
They're both foxhole worthy. So what
Okay,
we talking?
so pick. You can say both.
Man, that's a good one.
What are we talking?
Basketball. They're playing with you. It's game 7. Who you taking
Who
with
they
you?
facing though?
Yeah, like there's
It's
other
who's the
elements to
It's the
this.
finals.
It's the final.
It's the finals.
All right.
Yeah, they can have my spot. They got it. They both there. They got my spot. If I'm on a team, they can have my spot. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch.
That's what I'm saying.
Man, they got it. They got it.
You say Roderick Lott, I got to take both, man.
They got
They were both
What's the
cold.
thing
They
with
were
both?
both cold.
They got it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
What do you want your legacy to be?
My legacy is, and it's so cliche, but it's so real. I was a great basketball player, a good basketball, but I was a way better person. Like to me, I think
on,
that's
man.
more than any. That's
Come
more
on,
important
man.
than anything.
That's great that you make mention of that because I think we've had podcasts before. And legacy is not what you can leave tangibly for
Right,
an individual.
right.
It's what can be talked about.
Right.
And I was going to ask you what does legacy mean to you.
Right.
But
Right. Yeah, I think for me, because basketball, like, I love it more than anything, or almost anything. But for me, like, I always say, if I inspired even one person out there, I may meet, I may never meet. If I inspire one person, then I did my job. Like, because I feed off of that from other people. So, yeah. And that he was a stand-up dude. Like, he treated people the way he wanted to be treated.
it's good.
That's
For sure.
If you could meet, and this is the last thing before we go off, Maul, 3 civil rights leaders that could sit at a podcast table with you and you're hosting, who are the 3 that you would sit there that you would like to interview?
Alive or?
Dead or alive?
Dead or
Oh,
alive.
Malcolm,
Mm-hmm.
Barack,
Mm.
and Tupac.
That's
That's
good.
what's up.
And Tupac may not be a civil rights leader.
No,
per
but
se,
he's a
but
civil rights
yeah,
activist.
he's an
He's an activist for sure.
Yeah.
I salute that.
Yeah, that's dope.
I feel
bro.
like between those 3, a lot can get accomplished.
I think so.
That'd be a real good conversation
You
for
know
sure.
what I mean? Like, I think a lot can be accomplished because you have like Barack's over here, right, coming from this like an older, wiser point of view. You have Malcolm, who's like by any means necessary, but he evolved as well. And then you have Tupac representing like the youth and that generation, what they're feeling. So I feel like you can cover
That's really
every
good.
base. You know what I mean?
so dope.
Inside and outside.
Inside
too.
and outside, right?
What words of encouragement can you give us on this podcast as we continue to build this brand?
No, I think
Or anything that we can do in order to, just words of wisdom.
I think you guys have a great setup, a great foundation. Like you can have the biggest house in the world or the smallest, but if the foundation isn't right, it won't matter. It's gonna collapse. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the foundation you guys are setting is great, especially now being in TV. Like I watch stuff and get feedback, but the chemistry is there. Like the way you guys just flow, and it's authentic. So I think authenticity is a brand in itself.
That's what's up.
Because it's so rare now. You know what I mean? So the fact that you can really connect about real issues, you can talk about real life things, current events, you can talk about anything. There's such range there. I think this is gonna blow up. Well, I know it's gonna blow up, to be honest, because I think it's unique in that way.
Well, I'm gonna
It's
say,
not hot take-ish. It's
Right.
not like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, okay,
right.
that lasts 5 minutes and then we on the next one.
right.
That's my not challenge because I'm not trying to be hot take-ish, but that's my thing. I'm gonna always be true to. I don't want to be hot take-ish. I want to be good.
Right.
If I'm good at this, it'll last the test of time.
Come on.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that.
I like honestly like to
Thank
say this, man, Maul. I appreciate you more than you know.
No, I
For you to
appreciate
be
you
able
more
to
than you
tell your story, bro, to the world that we put out there, and just with the realness that you provide, that you'll give the shirt off your back, man. I've watched you.
I
do
really
it.
will. I have.
So
I'm
many
not saying
times.
to brag. Like
No,
I'm really, that's who I am.
I know.
Absolutely will.
And like I said, in knowing you and with my brother-in-law and my cousin getting the chance to see a different side of you, because I know with him we talk off the camera. He's like, man, I didn't really know Paul was like that. So it's just
he's
like,
dope.
right. So it's just
Appreciate it, but yeah, nah.
to be
I
able.
told him that. You can ask him like, yo, who is that?
Yeah, to be able to have
Yeah.
you on here and to be able to preach your truth and different things you've never said is going to be inspiring for somebody out there.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? To be able to make life a little bit better, life a little bit easier. We appreciate you. In closing, gentlemen, you guys got anything for Jamal?
And I salute that as well and echo that. And it's just dope that setting that you have an individual that's like-minded
Right.
to each one of us. Like you say, he would give the shirt off his back.
For sure.
But you
That's
do all
the
the
same.
time.
That's
By the way, I know who you are.
Yeah.
Like that's
Like,
and that's
And
who
that's why he
you
has
are.
you a part of the program. He's like, you got to be a part of it.
Right,
Because,
right.
yeah.
And that's the same thing that we all are. And so
Yeah.
we're all embodying it.
Right.
You know, you just
The
you know,
ambassador.
You just ambassador.
We all got
Come
to.
on, kid.